Всем хай, мы возвращаемся в The Outer Worlds, и сегодня нам нужно будет разобраться с мародерами вот на этой станции сохранению. Они заново что ли появились или что? Хотя главная задача у нас на сегодня это взломать комп и вернуть работу чувакам. Это ты? Не, они, видимо, на втором этаже все. Ладно, погнали на второй этаж. Я. На. Моя колотушка не знает жалости. Давай, иди ко мне. Блин. Надо было застрелить. Да ладно. А, вот что мне представило. На. Меня патроны подставили. Вон, шо. Ай. Где ты? Так, последний остался, да? Он еще выше. Нет, он слишком умный. Пока не хочу идти к нему. Может, тяжелые патроны вообще продать? Я же ими вообще не пользуюсь. Сколько мне их уже? Хотя их не так уж и много. 500 всего лишь. Так, сейф. А, там еще два. Эшбрингер. Ой. Так, видимо, нам сюда. Все, больше ничего нет, пусто. Это тебя мне надо было найти или кто? Кого? F5? Огнемет. Не знаю. Какой-то, мне кажется, бесполезный. Так, что у нас здесь? О, алебарда. Сейф. Что за алебарда? 151. Не, я не хочу. Ну, блин, дамаг больше. Все, чувак, я все сделал для тебя.
Seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why you ventured here at all. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
Вот так.
If you insist. As I was telling you before, I am the premier broker for all of Monarch. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always. Just, it might take me a while this time. I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions. The bandwidth! There's too much blasted background noise. Nothing gets through but their local broadcasts. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Что? Откуда мы вообще взяли вот это?
My former partner, Sanjar, transmits from his office in MSI's headquarters in the center of town. Don't let him try to fool you. While his messages might seem like gibberish, they are in reality coded business orders to off-world companies. I understand why he needs the bandwidth, but we had a deal and he's broadcasting ceaselessly. Amber Heights is one of the only surviving settlements outside of Stellar Bay. Graham Bryant and the Iconoclasts there got their hands on a working relay station. Now they're ceaselessly transmitting philosophist ramblings on my airwaves. Graham and his Iconoclasts believe anarchy is the way of life. Sanjar opposes it, as he's taking strides to corporatize Stellar Bay. No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Graham and Sanjar to stop transmitting on their end. you do that, I'll be here waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience. Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
Я не хочу
How low you
говорить.
seemingly regard my trade.
Здесь слишком долгие разговоры, диалоги.
Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
Так, 14 левел. Персонаж, навыки. 50, отлично. Что за куча? Это за задание, что ли? Я буду больше получать, да? Смысл? Что это? Нет, не надо. Вот эту можешь поставить. Вкачать. Что значит научное оружие? Вот ты что у нас? Не понимаю, что за научное оружие. Это не надо, износ. Давай вампир поставлю. Так, а отсюда уйти можно? Схожу на задание. Нужно сейчас будет посмотреть, что вообще нужно сделать. Так. А, блин. Короче, сначала это. Так, у меня же и тело не дает дебаф. Персонаж, навыки. Взлом 50, нет, не дает. Стоп, нам нужно идти сюда, насколько я помню. Да, сюда.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
А ну не лагай.
More attractive for, you know. Trust me, no one's going near.
Взлом. Так.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. If Caleb wants to keep this job,
Да,
you
да,
better
давай
get back to it.
быстрее.
I'm about ready to hire sub-light contractors at this rate.
Вот так.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show? I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Нет, все. Какая до хера умная. А, вот эти вот лаги вообще непонятно из-за чего.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Так. Они на втором этаже
Think
стоят.
they're watching the same serials, following the... You're not...
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Вот так.
Well, I'll be a Raptidon's dinner. Reckon I ought to listen to gossip more often. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Замечательно. Так, стоп, куда вообще нужно идти? А, это же это. Где спорт транслируют. Да? Пока что не хочу с ним. Не, нужно у него делать.
You should know you're getting excellent reviews from across the company. What can I do for you?
Вот
You
так.
think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense Graham is spewing? It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
Вот так.
Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board. And the first step is getting the Bolt 52. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Да и все, в принципе. В смысле, а что тебе еще нужно сказать?
No, you're getting excellent reviews from across the company. What can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Блин, вот эти вот диалоги, их или нужно было изначально сделать отдельный диалог для квеста, или чтобы можно было скипать.
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else. Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Один из главных минусов это вот эти диалоги. Их куча. Вот это как будто бы визуальная новелла.
why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon. To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Окей, давай.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts.
У меня квест не
Lawless
засчитывается.
anarchists, all of them.
Я с ним сейчас
If
бегаю
anyone
только из-за
on
того,
Mars
что
deserves the
нужно
reputation the board's
засчиталось,
pinned on
чтобы
us,
квест.
It's them.
Пошел далее.
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous. For the greater good. Allegedly. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
И не засчиталось! И не засчиталось! На тебе. Ладно, пойду в другой город. Где карта? Так. Нам сюда. Что у нас по заданию? Судя по всему, вот где-то здесь, на втором этаже. Да, здесь.
A mantiquine.
Yeah, we felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 guns. Hands.
A total. A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts. Ah, yes. The first step to accepting the truths of philosophism is to open your heart to its wisdom. I've found the written word to be quite effective in helping people do that. But alas, the eternal truth hasn't been generous with the paper and ink. Now, why have you come? Stop. No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the board's poisonous campaign of propaganda against their people. I realize the board has blockaded our efforts, but Devil's Peak is an interplanetary radio tower. Surely somebody is listening. Surely?
Не, никто.
Graham, we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine. Maybe now's the time to pivot.
Pivot, huh? If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate. I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time. The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the colony's attention. We will use their tricks against them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower. Citizens of Halcyon are glued to their periodicals. They obsess over tossball and fashion, and the board uses these
Чувак, вам
obsessions to control them.
бумаги не
Even
хватает,
I
чтобы
find
листовки
myself
делать.
occasionally distracted by their positively
У
shameful
вас еды
quality
нету.
editing and unacceptable disregard for
Какие
grammatical
станки
structure.
для печатания?
My literary prowess will hook them, and the eternal truth will reel them in. Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like one of Sanjar's fishermen. I may have worked in the presses once, but the bitterness of being slave to their abhorrent rules has long since vanished. All right, almost vanished. Can you believe they don't put a comma after the final item in a series? Bastards. Yes, my apologies. Will you help take the printing press? So be it. In the meantime, I will be here shouting truth into the aether.
Итак. У нас есть 2 городка. Да, хотя давай я вот этому помогу. Пусть он уже успокоится, начнет кормить людей.
The cool evening air refreshes my spirit and brings only the faintest hint of sulfur. Wonderful. I I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Wait, where is Huxley?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead. One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
Еду нужно покупать. Нет, все-таки вот это будет делать. Окей, куплю еды тогда. А у меня есть еда? Так, снаряжение. Есть. Ладно. Делать задание уже будем в следующей серии. На сегодня все. Если вам видео понравилось, подписывайтесь на канал. Увидимся в новых сериях. Всем удачи. Всем пока.